So we're going to do some review of the regular past tense in English.
Yeah.
And we know that the regular past tense,
Yeah.
regular means that in writing, the end of the word is ed. So we have ed at the end of the regular past tense form. This is used for words like want, wanted, add, added, look, looked. Ed is in writing. But as we discussed before, there are 3 different pronunciations of this ed ending. So only in writing ed, but in speaking we have one sound that's t. This is voiceless. So no vocal vibration here. T, t, t. And another one is d, d, d is, we have vocal sound here, vibration sound here, vocalization here. So the vocal cords are vibrating when we say d, d, d. And our third sound is extra syllable id or ud. It doesn't matter because this one is always very short vowel, but there must be another vowel. Now let's review what you remember about the kinds of words that end in the sound t. So when we think about words that end in the sound t, if the ed ends in the sound t, then we are looking at the sound that's the last sound. So whatever the sound is here, we want to know, is it voiceless? Then we put the t sound on the end. And for example, if we use the word work, right? W-O-R-K is the spelling.
Work.
The last sound is k, k, and the last sound k is not voiced. It's unvoiced or voiceless. So this one sounds like t, worked. If we have the word play, then we have a, this is the sound a, and this one is a voiced sound. So when we write ed, we write it, but when we say the word, we say played, right? Okay, so if we say the word need, then this word already has d on it. So we cannot put 2 d sounds together. We have to add another syllable, so we say needed. Then this is the sound extra syllable id, needed. So we have example, worked, played, needed. This is the only one with an extra syllable, so the vowel sound needs to be pronounced. Either it, doesn't matter, just a sound here. But when we pronounce d, this e doesn't get pronounced. It's a silent e. Also for work, t, this e is not pronounced, and this sound here becomes t because this is voiceless. So we remember that the voiceless and voiced sounds are important to feel or sense in order for us to know how does it sound when we have ed on it. If we know that it has d at the end, we need to add needed. The other case is if it has t at the end. So example, want, this one, add ed.
Wanted.
We cannot have 2 t sounds together, so we add another syllable and we say wanted. So in 2 cases, only with d ending and t ending, then we add an extra syllable. We say wanted and needed. For all of the other ones, we either have t or d. So for example, if we say the word call, did you call your friend? Yes. Then call, ed, which do we have? Is it t or d? Called. All right, so we have call, called, because the sound o is a voiced sound. It's a voiced sound. If I say stop, stop.
Stopped.
Then we have stopped because we have at the end. And notice, of course, in spelling, we put a double P before the ED. But the sound is a voiceless sound, so we end with stopped, stopped. All right, suppose we say the word record. Did you record your voice?
Record.
Mm-hmm.
Recorded.
Recorded, all right, so we have recorded. Recorded, d sound, extra syllable here, so we say recorded, recorded. All right, how about if we say walk, walk.
Walked.
Past tense is walked, so walk with ed, the last sound is k, and we put the t sound, so past tense walked, I walked.
Yes.
All right, how about if we say study?
Study.
Study, yes. Did you study your lesson?
Studied.
Studied, good. All right, so study, when we make the word study in
I.
spelling, we change the Y to I and add ED. And this one, E, is a voiced sound. So we say this. Now, do you remember about all vowels? Are they voiced or voiceless? Are they voiced or voiceless? So this is voiceless, voiceless. This one is
Voice.
voiced. D. How about vowels? A, E, O, U, E. Remember, all of them are?
Voiced.
All of them are voiced. So if a word ends in a vowel sound, not a vowel letter, but a vowel sound, then like study, then d is the ending of it. All right? So we have to make sure we are talking only about sound, not by a letter, because sometimes we have E at the end of a word in writing, but it's a silent E. We don't pronounce that word, so we only want to count the sound when we hear it. Study, E, studied. All right. And of course, this one, we have the two cases where it's d at the end or t at the end, where we need to add an extra syllable. All right, let's get another word. How about the word learn?
Learn.
Learn.
Learned.
Learned. All right, great. So learn, learn, learned, learned. This one is a voiced sound. How about repeat?
Repeat. Repeat. Repeated.
Repeated, okay? So we have repeat, repeated, repeated. All right. I said the word and you repeated it. Reply.
Replied.
Replied. All right, so we have reply, ends in the letter Y, just like study. So when we change it to I and then add ed, we get replied. This sound is E, studied, and this sound is I, replied. Both of them are vowel sounds, which we remember are always voice. So followed by the d sound, followed by how about watch? Watch. Did you watch the show? Watched. All right, so we have watch. This one ch is a voiceless sound. Voiceless sound. So we can say watched. Watched. All right, and how about the word miss? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your call. You tried to call me, but I was in a meeting. I your call. Miss.
Okay.
So past tense of miss. Can you tell me, is it t or d? The word miss.
Miss. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Missed.
Missed, right. So miss, and then ed, then
what we call
missed.
a small.
The word marry.
Marry.
Yeah. How do we pronounce the d, the ed on the past of the word marry?
Married.
Married, all right? Married, all right? So this one is like studied and replied, married. All right, how about the word examine?
Examine.
Mm-hmm.
Examine.
Examined, all right? We have examine. Now here's an example where the word in writing ends with a letter E, but the letter E is silent.
Yes.
And the sound that we pronounce is n. So we only put a D because there's already an E, and we pronounce this one D as a voice sound. So examined. Examined.
Examine what's mean?
检查.
Okay.
Is that a good word for it in Chinese?
检查 examine. Okay, I try. Continue, please. You can.
Okay.
You can,
So how about the word assist? May I
Uh,
assist you?
assist.
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 Mm-hmm.
Assisted.
Assisted. So assisted goes over here. Assist. Assisted. Extra syllable. Assisted. Helped. Supported.
Yeah.
Right?
Assisted.
Assisted. Right.
Assisted what's mean?
So assisted means helped.
Help.
Yes.
Okay.
帮助协助.
Okay. Assisted. Assistant.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Ah.
So you know that some people who help you are your assistants.
Assistant.
Do you have people who help you do your job?
Yeah.
They are your assistants.
Assistants.
Yeah, so we could call them helpers,
Helpers.
right?
Yeah.
So how about the word help? What is the past tense of help?
Help.
Help? Mm-hmm. Will it be this t or d or it? If we take the word help.
Help.
Mm-hmm.
Helps. Helped.
Helped. Yes, very good. So helped. Help, because the sound is voiceless,
Yeah.
then ed sounds like this. Helped. Helped. Okay. How about the word jump?
Jump. Jumped.
Jumped. All right. So again, we have jump with the ed after the p sound. We have the word jumped. All right. How about the word multiply?
Multiply.
Multiplied. Multiplied. All right. So if you are doing your simple arithmetic, multiply, right? And then we change to IED.
Multiply.
Right. Okay. So if you have to buy something for $20 and you want to buy 6 of them, you multiply 6 times 20 equals 120. So past tense is multiplied.
Multiplied.
Do you know the opposite?
Opposite.
Yeah. Do you know the opposite of multiplied?
Opposite.
So for mathematics, just for arithmetic, we have this, we have this, we have this, we have this.
Yeah.
These are the symbols, right? And this one,
Multiply.
okay. And how about this one? Do you know this one?
No. Divide.
Divide. Divide. So easy way, we buy a pizza for our workers.
Yeah.
And we divide it into 10 pieces, 10 slices, and everybody gets a slice.
Yeah.
That's one way to divide it, is take a knife, go through the middle 5 times, all the way from one edge to the other, and you can divide it into 10 slices of pizza. Now, if we divide, like you have you go out to lunch with some friends, and you spend $250, and there are 10 friends, and each person can pay $250 divided by 10, $25. So when we use this word in the past tense, how should we pronounce it?
Divide.
Divide.
Divided.
Divided, all right? So here we have the word divide, again ending in E letter, but silent. So we pronounce D. And we add this one, well, not two D's together without the so we have to pronounce it with an extra syllable, divided. We divided the bill of $250 by 10 friends, and each friend paid $25. Okay? Now we have divided. Well, look at these others, these other two. The first one, what is this one? This is a plus sign. The sign is called a plus sign. The sign is called a plus sign. But the action, what is the action called? If you make this one, then what do we do?
2 add 5 equals 7.
All right, so when we do it like that, you have the right idea. We actually say 2 plus 5.
Plus.
Yes, so we say
Not
it this
add.
way. Right, so we say, we have a couple of ways to explain this. We say 2 plus 5 equals 7. This is where we use the word plus. 2 plus 5 equals 7. We can also always say this way, 2 plus 5 equals is spelled like this, equals, all right? 2 plus 5 equals 7. 2 plus 5 equals 7. If we use it this way, another way, if we're writing it in a line, if we write it in a column, we often write it like this.
Yeah, equals. Yeah.
Now, we also can say add 2 and 5. And what is the total?
7 equals 7.
All right, so now we're using the verb.
Yeah.
So plus is not a verb. The verb, like this is multiply, that's a verb. Divide is a verb. So these are the terms that are verbs. Multiply and divide. Now what are the verbs for when we use the plus sign?
Plus sign.
Yeah, so what is the verb? How do we make this sentence?
Make sentence.
Yes,
Okay.
without word plus. We
Plus.
need to use another word.
2 plus 5 equals 7.
Okay, that's a good sentence, but I want you to use a verb. So here's the verb. The verb is add.
动词. Okay.
动词, yeah, the
Okay,
verb.
verb.
Right. So when you use it as a verb, we have to say the word add. So I add 2 plus 5, and I get 7, right? Or if you're not
2
doing...
add 2, 5 equals 7.
No, we say, yeah, it's interesting, right? We say, we add, for example, we can use, besides numbers, we can do numbers. I added 2 plus 5. Or I added 2 and 5. Another way, when we think of, for example, especially in Silicon Valley, there is a lot of growing in terms of buildings. Some people have a house. They don't want to buy a new house. They want to add more square footage on their property. They want to add another room, or they want to add a bathroom and a bedroom. So that is add also. That's actually the adding. So for example, suppose we can say, I bought a house, and when I bought it had 2 bedrooms. That's not enough for my family, so we added on 2 more bathrooms and 2 more bedrooms. So now the house is bigger. So that is another way to use the word add, right? Not only in math, but also in just any kind of physical properties. And also we can add ideas. So add is a good word to know because it can be used for something tangible, something we can see and feel and touch, like a building or a room. It can be used for mathematics, and it could be used for ideas. So you are having a meeting, and you ask people to bring their ideas to the meeting, and somebody says, oh, I think we should do such and such and such. And then another member says, I'd like to add my idea. So add an idea, add a comment, or add a suggestion. So the word add can be used in the abstract way, 抽象的. So this word add is a very good word to know. But I'm asking you now, what is the past tense of this word add? How do we pronounce it? How do we pronounce the past tense of add?
Pass.
Yeah, the past 过去式. 怎么 怎么发？那个发音是
Past.
the or it.
Past.
Of the word add.
Added.
Added. Okay, so added goes in this column. We have add,
Did.
sound, right?
Did.
So added.
Mm.
Added. Now one more mathematical term, one more arithmetic term. So here we have, this is a plus sign. This one is called the minus sign. The minus sign.
Minus.
Right. But again, we have a verb. So what is the verb? I'm going to take this away and away. This is the addition problem. Add is the verb. Addition is the noun. So I took away the addition problem, and now we're going to do a subtraction problem. So I just gave you a hint. It's going to be a subtraction problem. So what do you think the verb is?
Subtraction.
All right, so let's take this. How do you read this sentence in arithmetic?
I don't know how to say less.
All right, so this one is called minus.
Minus.
All right,
8 minus 3 equals 5.
that's correct. 8 minus 3 equals 5. So that is one way we read this sentence. So when we're reading math, when we're reading arithmetic, we read it in that way. We read it 8 minus 3 equals 5. If it's on a sentence form like this, straight line across. We also can write it this way, and we can say the sentence the same thing, 8 minus 3 equals 5. There is another way to say it using the verb. I want you to subtract 3 from 8. Subtract 3 from 8. So here's another way. Subtract 3 from 8. And what's the sum? What's the answer? What's the total?
Subtract 3.
So this one is the verb. So here we have the symbols, minus sign, and we have the verb, subtract. So here are the signs, plus sign and minus sign. And here are the verbs, add and subtract. Add and subtract. This one also has a name. This is the multiplication sign. All of them, whatever sign. Multiplication sign. Multiplication. Multiplication sign. Multiplication sign.
Multiplication.
Because multiplication is the noun for multiply. It's very long, this word, right? Okay. Now, when we have this one is the division sign. So division is the noun form that belongs to the family divide. So the noun is division. The verb is divide. Divide. All right, so let's go back to this one. This is minus. And the sign is minus.
Minus or minus?
Minus.
Minus.
Yeah, minus. So the minus sound, the minus sign is like that. And then we use the verb subtract. So if we want to use a verb subtract in the past tense, which sound is at the end of it? D or it? Which one? The past tense sound. So this one, subtract?
Subtracted.
Subtracted. Okay, so subtracted. Why? Because this one is t sound, and we remember that if it's t, we can't put another t except if we add an extra syllable. So now we have subtracted. So if you look at these words that are in this form, 3 of them have extra syllable: divided, added, and subtracted. One of them has the d form, multiplied. All right, so if you are doing anything with arithmetic, these are words that you can use in numbers, but you can also use them in more abstract ways. You don't have to use them simply with numbers. Let me give you another one. For example, contact.
Contacted.
Contacted, okay. So you want to reach someone else. You want to reach somebody, and there are many ways you can do that. You can call them on the phone, you can send them an email, you can write them a letter, you can send them a text. These are some, or you can send a messenger to find them, right? So if you are able to do this, then you say, I contacted the other company, I contacted their team, I contacted the interviewee, I contacted the reporter. Now, another word that means contacted is the word reach, but this one has a different ending. So the word reach, did you reach the other team? Past tense, how do you pronounce it?
Reached.
Reached, right. Okay, so we have over here, the sound is reach. Not a T sound and not a D sound. So here, reach, ED sounds like T, voiceless. So it's just like watch, watched, right? All right. How about the word wash?
Washed.
Washed. All right. So we have sh sound at the end. Wash. And then ED sound would be t. Washed. Washed. I washed my hands. I washed the car. Right? Okay. Excel. Excel. To do very well. Excelled. All right. So let's put that over here with d sound. So it ends.
Excelled. Double L. Excel. Need double L.
I think so.
Okay. I'm not
You want to
sure.
check? You want to check? Okay.
It's okay. I'm double check.
Yeah, go ahead, double check.
Excel. Yeah, you're right.
I'm right? Okay.
Teacher always right.
No, teacher's not always right.
Excel.
Sometimes. Okay, but I can tell you the rule. There's a rule, spelling rule about this. All right? So the spelling rule is like this. If the word it has 2 syllables, so Excel has 2 syllables, right? Yeah. If the syllable is stressed 2, la la, la la, then that means this letter needs to be doubled. If the word is stressed on the first syllable, to 1, la la, la la, then this one is not doubled. So let me give you another example. Cancel. Did you cancel the meeting?
Cancel.
Cancel. Do you know what cancel means?
Yeah. 取消.
取消. All right. So, did you cancel the meeting?
Cancelled.
All right. So, if we're going to put canceled, we'll put it same here, the same place. Both of these words have d ending. Look at how I spell it though, okay? Do you see the difference in spelling?
Cancelled.
So here's the rule. The rule. If the word cancel, 2 syllables, right, is stressed on the first syllable, not the last one, cancel, cancel, then we don't need to put double here.
Yeah.
So since this one is the stressed syllable. I'll put that like that. Then this one is the stressed syllable. We can also say this is a two one word. It has 2 syllables stressed on the first. Then don't double it. This one, excel. Excelled. So in this case, we're stressing the second syllable. This one, we require a double letter. So this one is 2. All right, so that's one common rule about whether to put a double letter or not. Okay, good for you to notice that.
Yeah.
All right, so it doesn't change the pronunciation in the d. So old is the same for excelled and canceled. It just means that the stress has an influence on the writing system. Got it? Okay. All right, so do you often have to sign papers? Like sign a contract?
Yeah.
Sign an agreement, sign a letter?
Yeah.
All right, what is the past tense of sign?
Signed.
Okay, so is it signed
D.
or signed?
D.
Signed, okay. So we'll put it here, signed. And this word, as you know, has a silent G.
Yeah.
So we don't pronounce it G sound in this word. Yeah, so we only say the word signed without G sound. We pronounce this one, and we pronounce this one D. This word is the verb.
Verb.
Yeah. What is the noun form that belongs to this? Right. So the word signature is different because we pronounce the G in this word. So if I write the noun form, then in this case we say signature. So we see sometimes in English the spelling helps us know, it's more like Chinese. You see the way the word is spelled and you get some idea of the meaning. You can see that these 2 words are related. However, the pronunciation is not the same. The pronunciation is different. And so we often have to think of this one as dividing it here. So we have 3 syllables, signature, 3 syllables. Now if we look at these three syllables, then which one is the stressed syllable? 1, 2, or 3? Signature.
Signature. First one.
The first one, right. Okay, so we can call this a 3-1 word. 3-1.
3-1 word.
Yeah, so this one's signature. And it's related to the word sign. So we have some kinds of words that have a silent letter in the spelling in one form of the word family, but not in the other one. It speaks up. It's like some brothers and sisters. Some speak more, some speak less. Right. Okay, so let's go over the words that are on the board. Let's go down this way so we practice with its endings. We'll say both the base form and the past form. Okay. Work, worked.
Walk, walked.
Stop, stopped.
Stop, stopped.
Walk, walked.
Walk, walked.
Watch, watched.
Watch, watched.
Miss, missed.
Miss, missed.
Help, helped.
Help, helped.
Jump, jumped.
Jump, jumped.
Reach, reached.
Reach, reached.
Wash, washed.
Wash, washed.
Play, played.
Play, played.
Call, called.
Call, called.
Study, studied.
Study, studied.
Learn, learned.
Learn, learned.
Good, all right. I'm going to stop here for a moment to help you with this O sound, because this one has both O sound and N sound in the word, and those 2 are a little tricky for you. So remember that the O sound comes through the mouth, whereas the N comes through the nose. So make sure your mouth is open when we're saying lo, not na na, but lo, learn. Then it can go here. So the first one is oral, l, and the second one is nasal, n. So let's have you just pronounce this part without ed. Let's have you just say learn.
Learn.
Let me hear you say la la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la, learn, learn, learn.
Learn.
Very nice. Learned.
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 Much better. That's very nice.
Learned.
Learned. Good. Excellent. All right, let's continue. Reply, replied.
Reply, replied.
Marry, married.
Marry, married.
Examine, examined.
Examine, examined.
Multiply, multiplied.
Multiply, multiplied.
Okay, good. I want to remind you not to move the stress, not to change the stress. When you said the word multiply, that was good because you did multiply 3, 1. But when you did the past tense, you were thinking probably about this and then you move the stress to the third, which you shouldn't do. So let's repeat that one, but still keep the 3, 1 stress pattern. Multiply, multiplied.
Multiplied, multiplied.
Again, please.
Multiplied, multiplied.
Okay, both of them you were saying with a d ending. So we want to try to remember this one, the first one will be with a Y on it, without any ed. Multiply. So the I is open, don't close, don't put your tongue on the gum ridge for that one. Only on the second one, which is the past tense. Try it again, please.
Multiplied, multiplied.
Okay, watch me. You're saying multiplied. The first one, multiply, without any D at all. Just let your mind think just the letter Y, the base form. Multiply. And then the past form, multiplied. Try that.
Multiply, multiplied.
There, now you got it. You want to try it again?
Multiply, multiplied.
Good, all right, very good. Let's continue. Excel, excelled.
Excel, excelled.
Okay. Cancel, canceled.
Cancel, canceled.
Okay. Sign, signed.
Sign, signed.
Good. All right. So these are the two columns where you're using either the voiceless ending or the voiced d ending, no extra syllable. Now we get into the ones with an extra syllable because the base form ends in either the t sound or the d sound. So we need to have an extra syllable. Need, needed.
Need, needed.
Want, wanted.
Want, wanted.
Record, recorded.
Record, recorded.
Repeat, repeated.
Repeat, repeated.
Assist, assisted.
Assist, assisted.
Divide, divided.
Divide, divided.
Add, added.
Add, added.
Subtract, subtracted.
Subtracted, subtract, subtracted.
Contact, contacted.
Contact, contacted.
Good. Okay, very well. Do you have any questions so far?
That's good. That's
That's
wonderful.
good?
Yeah.
That's good?